The video you're about to see was done under the guidance of a certified and trained professional. Do not attempt to try this at home. Additionally, the video you're about to see produced the following response in a couple ladies I showed it to last night at a school board meeting. The first one said after the tape had played, "Shut up!" She couldn't believe what she saw. The second one had a complete look of shock and awe on her face. Her mouth was gaping wide open and her eyes were wide in disbelief as to what she had just witnessed. Now, what you're about to see is two individuals, myself being one of them, putting a rebar, a 5 or 6 foot length of rebar right here in this soft spot of my neck. Again, on the other side of that rebar with my business partner, putting the other end in the soft spot of his neck. And we're going to drive our bodies full force into that rebar. Before we did this, my business partner served in the military. And the night before we performed this exercise, he said, "I don't know if you guys want to know this, but when we were in the military, they trained us that if we really wanted to take someone down, that's the spot to go for." They called it the Jugular Notch.
There's sometimes you just gotta make the commitment and do it anyway, even if it's uncomfortable. This is 6 feet of rebar, 3/4 inch rebar. This is the same material they use to reinforce steel buildings to build skyscrapers. They use this to make the buildings don't fall down. It's not meant to bend. It's not meant to bend. So this is what we're going to do. Paul and Mike are going to come up. We're going to play a song first, but I want you guys to see what we're going to do.
Okay,
Come up.
you want to stick them up?
And they're going to stick this in the part of their throat where they really don't think it should go. And it's going to rest right on that little circle thing. And what you're going to want to do is really going to want to step into this. Now, if you have slippery shoes or shoes that are going to wobble, take them off. You need to be totally stable. You need to put your full body weight into this. What I recommend you do is, in line with your partner, you're going to kind of go 1, 2, and on this, and you drop your arms, you're going in. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because you want to both go in at the same time. So however you want to work that out is going to be good. Now you guys can do this, and God bless you.
Ready? Sure you don't want to back out? All right.
Now make sure you go.
1, 2, 3! Now, one of the ladies who saw this last night said, "Why would anyone do that?" Well, that's a great question, and I want to pass along 2 big lessons that came to me through this experience. The first one was this. I've learned in my personal development studies that the map is not the territory. In other words, we in our minds have a map of how we think reality is, and many times the map that we have in our head that tells us what reality is not the same as reality. It's like if you're going on a trip and you want to get from point A to point B. So you type an address in your GPS on your phone and you look down at your phone and you've got this little map on your phone telling you where to go. The map is a representation of reality. It's not reality. It's not the same thing as getting in the car, taking the trip, seeing the signs, seeing the scenery, being in nature, being on the physical terrain. Those are 2 different things. And many times the map in our head will tell us, danger, 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 don't proceed. So in this example, our minds, prior to performing this exercise, were telling us there is no way that you should put a rebar in the soft spot of your neck and drive your body full force into it. Danger, danger, death. Do not do that. That's what the map was telling us. But in reality, when we experienced reality under the guidance of a trained professional, for some reason, the reality turned out to be different than what the map in our head told us it would be. A lot of times in business, we might have a map in our head that says, "Do not start a new business. It's dangerous. You have risk. You should have fear." That's what the map tells us, and that's what my map told me before I started my first home-based business. But what I found when I entered the journey and I started to experience the terrain and I started to learn along the path was that the terrain of building a business from home and going for my financial freedom was actually fun, rewarding, profitable. It eliminated so much pain from my life of having other people telling me what to do and not owning and being in charge of my own life. So my map at the start of my home business journey was actually wrong. It wasn't a good representation of what reality turned out to be. That was the first big lesson. The second big lesson from this exercise for me was that the magic in life and business seems to come, at least in my experience, from making a full commitment. When I stepped up to the end of that rebar and my business partner stepped up to the other side, there was no hesitation. The moment I walked up in front of the crowd, I told myself, this is it. I'm committed. There's no going back. And my business partner did the same. And for that reason, when we hit that 3 and we committed fully, we were able to perform that action successfully. Had we stepped up to the rebar with doubts in our minds and had like false, timid starts, we probably would have ended up having to make multiple attempts, bruising our necks, hurting our necks. It wouldn't have been successful. But because we were both fully committed, we were able to do that right on the first effort. And so for me, this is a metaphor that when I find something in life that's worth doing, full commitment all the way in. Put everything I've got into it. No doubts, no hesitations. This is it. I'm doing it. Let's go. The first 4 years or so of starting my home-based business, there was hesitation. There were doubts. I would put my toe in the water. I would want to know, is it warm? Is it cold? Is it hot? I'd stick my toe in. I'd pull it out. I'd think about it for a while. I'd analyze it. Then I'd put my toe back in. Same thing. Pull the toe out. Think about it. Analyze it. And so for 4 years, I bounced around. I didn't really make much money, a few $100s here and there. But in 2009, when I was living in a trailer house, I was jobless. My second youngest son was diagnosed with a head condition called craniosynostosis, which meant the bones in his head were fused together, which meant he was going to have a $50,000 surgery down at Primary Children's Hospital. And we found this out just after our insurance had expired. I had to fully commit. I had no other option. There was no choice for me but to win. So I did what my friend Bobby says to do, and I gave my business and my vision and my freedom a full body yes. And I went into it with everything that I could. And funny enough, within about 6 months' time, I had that $3,000 monthly income, which had been the goal, the same goal I'd had for the previous 4 years. So what was the difference? For me, it was the hesitation the first 4 years didn't produce the result. Then in 2009, the full body commitment, the full body into that rebar, stepping into the unknown, giving it everything that I had, produced that result that I wanted to obtain in my life. So I hope these lessons benefit you today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're just learning about me for the first time, I want to let you know that I have a vision to help people obtain financial freedom through principle-centered leadership. Started a company. We've been in business about 6 years. We're having a ton of success. We've got hundreds of people earning extra side hustle income, residual income. We've got people earning full-time incomes. And we also are on a mission to help feed hungry kids through our business activity. To date, we've helped to provide over 160,000 days of meals through our affiliate program. We pay 80% residual commission, and so it is possible to earn a income much faster with us than with anything else I've ever seen. And I'm looking for people to work with who are heart-centered, passionate, committed, positive, uplifting, want to be unlifted and also want to lift others, grateful, good people. They want to do good things in the world. I'm looking for people who want to make their lives count and who are coachable, where they're willing to plug into a community of leaders who have already achieved great results and are willing to accept the information and the coaching that we have to give. So if that sounds like something that you would like to take a look at, I would love to invite you to visit my website, pipelinemoney.com. You'll be directed to our business presentation where you can see the full presentation. And if you like what you see, I would love to invite you to make a full body commitment, get started immediately, and I will be there to help you on the other side. And if it turns out that the business is not for you, you'll be subscribed to my email list where I send out empowering videos, inspiring videos, life-changing videos to help you live your best life and do what you're meant to do here on this planet. That's my mission. And hopefully freedom is an important aspect of what it is that you want to do, building a life of financial freedom. So thanks for watching. Leave me your thoughts and comments down below, and hope to see you in the next piece of content or at pipelinemoney.com, watching that information and making the powerful decision to get started with us on a road to greatness. All right, thanks. Bye for now.